Police Internal Affairs named Kompol Kosmas Kajugae for a heavy ethics violation in the death of online motorcycle driver Afan Kurniawan. An ethics tribunal is slated for September 3, 2025, with a parallel process for the driver, Bribka Rahmat. 5 others face medium violation as passengers. 2 youths came to Sri Mulyani's Bintaro home around 4 p.m. with Sunday, August 31st, returning a toy car and kitchenware found after overnight looting. Police took statements and urged others to return items. Indonesia naturalized 4 Russian ice hockey players: Evgeny Nurishmalamov, Savely Molchanov, Artem Bezrukhov, and Adel Habibulin. After an oath in Jakarta on Sunday, August 31st, they target SEA Games 2025 in Bangkok. Good evening and welcome to SIP TV. Coming up next, we've prepared more compelling stories for you in tonight's edition of SIP News Highlight. September 1st, 2025, I'm Arif Armedi. Stay with us only on SIP News Highlight. On Monday, September 1st, 2025 at 3 p.m., WIB, Polri's Professional and Security Division Propam, confirmed a heavy ethics charge against Kompol Kosmas Kajugae over the armored vehicle that fatally struck ojol driver Afan Kurniawan in Jakarta on August 28th. Propam also found criminal elements and will convene an ethics panel this week, signaling swift accountability steps.
Propam said its findings follow interviews with witnesses, the victim's family, and review of videos, photos, and a post-mortem report. The division categorized 2 officers, Kompol Kosmas, Brimob Regiment 4, Polda Metro Jaya, and Bribka Rahmat, driver of the Barakuda PJJ 177137, as committing heavy violation. 5 others seated in the rear face medium violation as passengers. The case stems from crowd control operation near the DPR MPR complex on August 28, where the armored vehicle hit Afan amid unrest. The incident triggered national outrage and brought demonstrations calling for accountability. Propam scheduled Kompol Kosmas Code of Ethics hearing on Wednesday, September 3, 2025. And Bribka Rahmat's on Thursday, September 4. Sanctions for heavy violation include possible dismissal. Separately, investigators noted potential criminal liability. A case conference is set for Tuesday, September 2nd. Based on the examined facts, we will proceed with ethics trials and coordinate on criminal aspect, said Brig Gen Agus Wijayanto, Propam's Karawab Prof. Prosecutors may assess charges after the police internal case conference. The 7 officers' identities had been publicly displayed by Propam earlier, addressing doubts that non-members were involved. The release in today's update aim to steady public trust during a volatile period. What happens next is crucial. Ethics verdicts this week, any criminal upgrade after the case conference, and civil society's response as demonstrations continue. From Jakarta, the SIP TV news team for SIP News Highlight.
Tonight, we connect the internal process to the wider street dynamic. After the August 28th incident, protest lines regrouped. New arrests in Bogor and pressure at the National Parliament point to shifting tactics, from inquiry rooms to public squares. Here is the background and the next checkpoints that will shape accountability this week.
The Afan case moved fast. On August 29th to 31st, protest and counter statements escalated in Jakarta and regions. PBNU and students group urged restraints while demanding a transparent probe. By Monday afternoon, September 1st, students rallied at DPR, tying their demands to policing standards and social protection for ojol workers. Traffic remained open on Gatot Subroto as police managed the crowd. Parallel to the capital, Bogor police said 17 people were detained over a plan to attack the Brimob training base at Cikeas. 4 are now charged as provocation suspects under the ITE law and incitement articles. Officers displayed seized blades, fuel bottles, and alleged online calls to violence. Officials denied rumors of any TNI family involvement. Inside the institution, Propam flagged criminal elements in the fatal run-over. Beyond the ethics proceedings starting September 3rd to 4th. A case conference on September 2nd will weigh criminal steps. The dual track, ethics and crime, will be watched by rights groups and labor communities. TNI leadership also addressed public criticism about delayed deployment during the weekend unrest and looting, saying the military acts only on police request under Indonesia's law. They rejected talk of manufactured disorder or a move toward martial law. Coordination, they say, intensified after a formal request on August 30 to 31st. Key checkpoints, the ethics verdicts this week, police announcements after Tuesday's case conference, any new assembly restrictions and civil claims by the victim's family. From Jakarta, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Tonight's line is simple. The ethics path is set, the criminal path may follow, and the streets remain a pressure valve. Authorities ask for calm, protesters ask for justice and safeguards. We will watch Wednesday and Thursday ethic panels and Tuesday's case conference, markers that will tell the public whether accountability holds. We move to the main news next watch. On Monday, September 1st, 2025, student groups including GMNI and HMI gathered at the DPR complex in Jakarta. Their message: investigate the fatal Rantis incident, protect ojol livelihoods, and review parliamentary allowances amid economic strain. Police maintain access on Gatot Subroto.
Speakers frame Afan Kurniawan as a worker hero, linking justice demands to wage security and health coverage for ojol drivers. Protesters criticized legislative allowances during efficiency drives. The organizers urged nonviolence and asked police to facilitate safe expression. The rally came after days of actions across Indonesia, from Mataram to Bali and Lampung, where students and ojol communities pressed for transparent investigation and reforms. PBNU leaders publicly expressed sympathy for the victim while calling for restraint. Crowd conditions near DPR remain controlled on Monday afternoon. Police kept lanes open toward Sleepy, and stewardship teams reminded participants to avoid provocation. Organizers said they would escalate advocacy via hearings and policy submissions if institutional responses stall. Key asks repeated on megaphones: speed up the ethics and criminal process in the Afan case, publish body-worn camera rules for crowd control, and strengthen social security access for platform workers. The coalition also flagged the optics of benefits for legislators during unrest, urging a freeze pending dialogue. Authorities noted demonstrations must stay peaceful under law. National students' bodies warned against vandalism and urged fellow students to verify information to avoid disinformation. From Jakarta, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
The protest sent two signals: justice for a specific case and broader ask for policy fairness. The next indicators are Tuesday's police case conference, any formal DPR hearing slots for students, and whether organizers keep the action peaceful this week. Watch for regional echoes if Jakarta's process slows. We will be back with more exciting news. Stay tuned. Viewers, you're still with me, Arif Armedi, on SIP News Highlight. For those of you who are new to the show, you can also follow tonight's entire news series live on YouTube on the official SIP TV YouTube channel. On Sunday, August 31st, 2025, Bogor police announced 17 detentions linked to a plotted assault on the Brimob satellite base at Cikeas, Gunung Putri. After examination, 4 were named suspects for provocation. Authorities displayed weapons and alleged digital calls to violence.
Police say the plan surfaced late Saturday, August 30, prompting rapid coordination with the Brimob unit. At least 4 people, identified by initials, face charges under the ITE law and KUHP incitement, pending prosecutors' review. Images from the Polres Bogor briefing showed suspects escorted and evidence laid out. Officials emphasized there was no involvement of TNI family members, countering rumors online. Investigators describe roles spanning leaflet, poster distribution, WhatsApp broadcast, and alleged preparation of fuel for arson. The operation comes as authorities brace for opportunistic violence around protests. Police warn further arrests where possible as digital forensics expand. Community and campus groups were asked to report coercive mobilization to avoid unverified calls to gather at security installation. Legal steps this week include case file completion and potential detention extension. If courts accept the incitement counts, suspects could face multi-year sentences. The crackdown signals a tighter line on attack against police facilities. From Bogor Regency, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Investigators now focus on the chain of command behind the plan, mapping chats, funding, and logistics. The next markers, additional suspects, prosecutors, approvals, and the court's first detention review. Authorities ask residents near Cikeas to report a suspicious stockpiling of fuel or sharp weapons. After pre-dawn looting at Finance Minister Sri Mulyani's residence on August 31st, 2 residents returned stray items later that afternoon. Police recorded their statements and called on the public to hand back any goods taken during the chaos. TNI had deployed to secure the area.
The men said they found a child's ride-on toy and kitchenware near Jalan Mandar X at about 2:30 a.m. Amid a crowd, fearing suspicion, they brought the items back by 4 p.m., where officers logged the return and opened a simple inquiry. Images from local outlets showed soldiers and police guarding the street. The episode fed a larger debate about security response times as protesters and unrelated looters hit several officials' homes, including legislators Ahmad Sahroni, Uya Kuya, and Eko Patrio. Sri Mulyani later posted a message urging calm and care for Indonesia's democratic values after the vandalism. Police asked citizens to report any holding of found property. Legal experts noted that voluntary return and cooperation can be considered in charging decisions.
Mantap, lootingan malam ini, lootingan malam ini.
Local leaders appealed for neighborhood watch and rapid reporting to prevent repeat incidents. From Tangerang Selatan, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Authorities now review CCTV and social media footage to identify looters, while maintaining perimeter security. Watch for updates on arrest, restitution, and whether more residents return items this week. The ministry has not reported injuries at the home, but cleanup and auditing of losses continue. Next news, viewers. At the DPR complex on Monday, September 1st, TNI leadership addressed public anger over weekend vandalism and looting at officials' homes. The military said it moved after formal requests on August 30 to 31st, and that Polri remains lead for public order tasks.
Tandio stressed the military's perbantuan support role to Polri, citing constitutional limits. "We wait for requests, we do not take over," he said, adding there is no cipta kondisi by TNI. Statements came amid online rumors about emergency measures. The weekend saw break-ins at homes of DPR members Ahmad Sahroni, Uya Kuya, and others. Sri Mulyani's residence in Bintaro was also looted before security tightened. Critics questioned the response speed. TNI said orders reached units late August 30, with deployment on August 31st. Coordinating with police, analysts say that the next steps are coordinated postures around Parliament and targeted protection of critical sites like transit nodes after fire damage at public facilities in recent unrest. The military urged citizens to reject provocation and report organized looting networks. From Jakarta, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Expect joint patrols and clearer rules of engagement to prevent repeat vandalism. Watch for updates on arrests from CCTV leads plus any parliamentary oversight sessions on security conduct. Officials continue to push counter-rumor messaging against false claims of emergency rule. Viewers, after this break, we will be back with more exciting news. Stay tuned. Thank you viewers for staying with us on SIP News Highlight. For those of you who have just joined, you can also follow tonight full news or coverage live on SIP TV's official YouTube channel. We continue with news from police in Delhi said a northbound box truck hit vehicles and roadsides homes near an Indomart in Sumbul around Sunday morning. The suspected brake failure left a mother and daughter dead. A younger child and 2 others were injured. The driver was secured for questioning.
Kanit Gakum Satlantas Polres Dairi Aibda Analisa Sinuraya said the truck came from Medan toward Toba before it struck a motorbike with 3 riders, then others' vehicles and storefronts. Dameria died at RSUD Sidikalang. Olivia died at the scene. Agung Fernando Sitohang is under treatment. 2 other residents sustained injuries. At least 6 homes and several kiosks were damaged. Images from local outlets showed the truck overturned with debris scattered along the lane. Investigators documented skid patterns and collected DVR footage from nearby shops. Officials reminded drivers to perform pre-trip brake checks on steep segments of the Sumbul corridor. The district's government prepared assistance for victims while insurers begin adjusting property claims. Police will publish preliminary reconstruction this week. From Dairi Regency, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Focus now shifts to mechanical forensics, driver statements, and potential negligence charges. Residents ask for speed calming measures and warning signage near markets. Look for the police sketch and potential recommendation for truck inspection on hilly routes. And the next news, viewers. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights confirmed 4 athletes became Indonesian citizens to strengthen the national ice hockey team. Officials called it a historic first for the sport here and said processes followed the citizenship law and interagency review.
Photos released by Ditjen Ahu showed the oath ceremony in Jakarta on Sunday afternoon. Dirjen Widodo said the decision involved Kemenkum, Kemenpora, Kementerian Sekretariat Negara, and the National Federation FHAI through the TP4 review team. The goal? Competitive readiness for SEA Games 2025 and future IIHF events. The TIC Sport and others reported the quartet already live and trained in Indonesia, including Bali clubs. Officials stressed naturalization complements, not replaces domestic talents pipelines. Age profiles drew questions. The federations argued experience can accelerate program standards while youth development continues. Next steps include passport issuance, sport registration, and medicals. The team targets SEA Games Bangkok and IIHF Divisions 4 commitments. Success would validate a multi-path approach, grassroots, and selective naturalization used in other sports. From Jakarta, the SIP TV News team for SIP News Highlight.
Hockey is niche in Indonesia, but a games-first calendar could build momentum if results follow. Track the roster filling deadlines, friendly match schedule, and ice time expansion plans in Jakarta and Bali. Federation updates this month should clarify their youth to elite pathway. SIP News TV viewers, that concludes all the information we've presented for tonight's edition of SIP News Highlight. Thank you for staying with us. We'll continue to bring you the latest and most reliable updates every day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and activate your YouTube notification so you won't miss any of our upcoming news. I'm Arif Armedi along with the entire news team signing off for tonight. See you in the next edition of SIP News Highlight.